Want to turn your investments into massive profits in 2025? Don't miss these 12 stock market trends that could change the game for your portfolio. Welcome to Mindful Mentors 12, where we make wealth building simple and smart. If you're ready to stay ahead of the stock market, you're in the right spot. Today we're diving into the 12 must-know stock market trends that could help you maximize your profits. Whether you're new to investing or a pro, these insights are your key to smarter trades. 2025 is a turning point. Economic recovery, tech breakthroughs, and shifting consumer habits are creating both opportunity and risk. Let's jump right into the 12 trends shaping the stock market this year. First up, artificial intelligence is dominating the market. AI is now the backbone of business, powering everything from trading algorithms to predictive analytics. Chip makers like AMD and data companies like Snowflake are fueling this revolution. Not sure which company to pick? AI-focused ETFs like Global XAIQ let you invest in the whole sector. With AI touching every industry, healthcare, finance, retail, broad exposure is a smart move. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to bet on the trend. AI isn't just a sector, it's a layer being added to everything. Position your portfolio to capture this growth for significant long-term gains. Do your research on ETFs and their holdings to match your strategy. The bottom line, don't sleep on AI in 2025, this is a revolution, not a fad. Get in early, and you could ride the next wave of market leaders. Next, quantum computing science fiction, turning real. Quantum computers could solve problems today's supercomputers can't touch, from drug discovery to cryptography. It's high risk, high reward. Most companies are still in R&D, but the upside is huge. Pure plays like IonQ are volatile, while tech giants like Microsoft and IBM offer safer exposure. Investing here is a bet on a breakthrough. Think of it as a well-researched lottery ticket. Watch for companies making credible progress and forming key partnerships. Only allocate what you're willing to lose. This is a long-term speculative play. The winners could be massive, but the risks are real. For 2025, focus on those closest to commercialization. Stay informed and treat quantum as a small, bold part of your portfolio. This is the ultimate long-term hold. Cybersecurity is more critical than ever. With data breaches on the rise, companies are forced to boost their security budgets. This creates steady, recurring revenue for top cybersecurity firms. Leaders like Fortinet and Zscaler are at the forefront, protecting everything from remote workforces to cloud data. Cybersecurity is now a necessity, not a luxury. Even in a recession, companies won't cut security spending. Look for firms with high recurring revenue and strong innovation. The threat landscape is always evolving. Winners stay ahead of hackers. This sector is resilient and largely insulated from economic cycles. Data is the new oil, and cybersecurity companies are selling the locks. For 2025, this is a defensive growth play you can't ignore. Invest in the leaders, and you'll benefit from the digital world's ongoing expansion. Renewable energy is powering the future. Governments are pouring billions into clean energy, creating huge tailwinds for solar and wind and green hydrogen. Solar and wind are now cheaper than fossil fuels in many regions, a tipping point for adoption. Companies like Enphase Energy and Vestas Wind Systems are at the center of this shift. Corporate giants are signing long-term deals for 100% renewable power, locking in industry growth. Clean energy ETFs like iShares ICLN offer diversified exposure. The sector can be cyclical, but the long-term trend is undeniable. Policy, falling costs, and corporate demand are all pushing renewables forward. Invest in the companies scaling clean energy, or use ETFs for broad coverage. The world needs more clean power. This is a trend every investor should watch. 2025 is just the beginning of a multi-decade transition. ESG, environmental, social, and governance, is now mainstream. Companies with strong ESG practices are often better run and less risky. Investors, especially younger generations, want their money to align with their values. ESG funds like Spider S&P 500 ESG ETF, EFIV, are attracting billions. Companies with poor ESG scores risk losing investment and market value. Leaders in sustainability and governance are being rewarded. Whether you invest in ESG funds or not, understanding ESG ratings is now essential. It's about risk management and long-term growth. ESG is here to stay. Make sure your portfolio reflects this shift. In 2025, ESG isn't a trend. It's the new standard. The EV revolution isn't just about cars, it's about charging them. Millions of new EVs need a massive network of chargers everywhere. Government funding is accelerating this build-out. Companies like ChargePoint and EVgo are racing to dominate the charging landscape. This is a classic picks and shovels play, selling essential services to all automakers. Recurring revenue models and first-mover advantages make these companies attractive. As EV adoption climbs, demand for charging will only grow. The infrastructure side offers stability compared to car manufacturing. Bet on the backbone of electrification for long-term gains. In 2025, EV infrastructure is a must-watch sector. The financial sector is making a comeback. Stabilizing interest rates mean banks can profit from lending again. Big names like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs benefit from improved margins and more deal activity. Strong capital positions allow for higher dividends and buybacks. Financials offer value, yield, and cyclical upside as the economy recovers. Don't overlook these boring stocks. They can be reliable performers. Look for industry leaders with strong balance sheets. In 2025, financials are a solid addition to a diversified portfolio. Commercial real estate is evolving, not dying. Hybrid work is driving demand for high-quality, amenity-rich office spaces. The market is shifting. Top-tier buildings thrive, while outdated ones struggle. Industrial and logistics real estate like warehouses are booming thanks to e-commerce. Prologis, the world's largest industrial REIT, is a prime example. There's deep value and growth in specialized REITs. Ignore the office apocalypse headlines. Look for winners in logistics and modern offices. The sector is transforming and savvy investors can find strong opportunities. 2025 is about finding value in the right corners of real estate. Emerging markets are back on the radar. Young, fast-growing populations mean rising consumer demand and economic growth. Valuations are attractive after recent headwinds. There's room to run. Growth stories are emerging in India, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Manufacturing booms and digital revolutions are driving these markets. Picking individual stocks is tough. Currency and political risks are real. Diversified ETFs like Vanguard VWO offer broad, low-cost exposure. Avoid putting all your eggs in one country. Spread your risk. Emerging markets offer higher potential returns for those willing to accept volatility. In 2025, global growth means looking beyond the US. Add some emerging market flavor to your portfolio. Biotech innovation is accelerating. Advances in genomics, AI, and data science are driving new treatments and cures. High-risk, high-reward small firms can soar or crash on clinical trial results. Gene editing companies like Editas and established players like Gilead are leading the way. Investing here means betting on science. Do your homework on pipelines and trial stages. For most, biotech ETFs like Spider XBI offer diversified exposure and reduce single-stock risk. The sector is volatile, but the potential for breakthroughs is massive. Medical innovation is a strong long-term bet. In 2025, biotech is a sector to watch for outsized gains. Ride the wave of scientific progress. E-commerce is evolving beyond Amazon. The next wave is niche marketplaces. Think Etsy for handmade goods or platforms for sneakers and collectibles. Success comes from building loyal communities and trust. Specialized platforms are thriving by offering unique experiences and curation. In emerging markets, companies like Mercado Libre are dominating digital commerce. As internet access and incomes rise, these regional champions are set for explosive growth. Look for platforms with strong network effects and defensible niches. The story is now about community, curation, and global expansion. In 2025, the most exciting e-commerce plays are outside the obvious giants. Invest where the next chapter of online retail is being written. Blockchain isn't just about crypto speculation. The real story is how mainstream companies are using blockchain to solve real business problems. Supply chain management, digital identity, and intellectual property are key use cases. Tech giants like IBM and Accenture are building enterprise blockchain solutions. Look for software and consulting firms delivering real value, not just hype. This is a long-term trend. Web3 infrastructure is still in its early days. Invest in companies moving beyond the buzz and creating real-world impact. In 2025, blockchain's business applications are just getting started. Watch for the firms leading this transformation. That's it. The 12 must-know stock market trends for 2025. From AI and biotech to sustainable investing and financials, now's the time to position your portfolio. Always do your own research and consider professional advice. If you found value, hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe to Mindful Mentors 12 for more smart investing tips. Drop a comment. Which trend are you most excited about for 2025? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.